Welcome back to Limbus Company, Daily Mirror Dungeon. You know the deal, it's randomizer time. I feel like I want to, change the randomizer up a little bit. I feel like I want to add more to it, but I don't know what. I don't know if you've got any ideas, you can leave them in the comments, or for new prescripts or whatever. Otherwise, we're just gonna roll with, the normal-ish settings, I think. Nothing too out of the ordinary. And we'll see how it goes. Don't spend any cost at any point in this run, so we gotta be frugal, tremor gift, some decent IDs, and then you got these two, I say decent, but, you're not very good, yeah, okay. Well, give me a minute to build this team, and we will see what we can do with it, right? Alright. Here's the team. It's pretty funny though, because I really didn't need to change most of the team's ego. I'm pretty sure for Faust, for Dawn, Faust, Dawn, Hong Lu, and Sinclair, I didn't have to change their ego at all. It just randomly picked what I always run them with. For you, I just had to throw on Screw Loose Wallop instead of Electric Screaming. I usually have Regret on, but new. And then for you, I had to remove your He and change your Tath. But you're the only one who actually needed to change more than a single ego, and you only need to change one. But yeah, anyways, don't spend any cost at any point during the run. Hopefully I remember to do that. See how it goes. Means we don't really care for shops too much, but it's still probably the easiest way to go about routing. Let's see, order is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seems good. Let's hide their little randomizer. We'll see how this goes. So we've got Tremor U gifts. I started with all three because, might as well, right? Whoops, wrong button. We could potentially get some decent stuff going with that, maybe. I don't know, you're the only good Tremor person you have. You're also Tremor technically, but you're also don't have, very good Tremor Infliction or anything. I don't know. No, you're good for Tremor Infliction. You just can't Burst Tremor at all. We do have some Burst Tremor egos, though. Right? I mean, we've got, your Fluid Sac, although you've also got your skill, too. We've got your, Pursuance. And then we do have Effervescent Corrosion. So, yeah, maybe Tremor probably will be the play. Although we can't spend cost at all, so, means we won't be able to, say, upgrade our ego gifts or anything, right? We'll have to roll with whatever they're just like. That should be fine for the most part, right? I don't think it'll be too bad. It'll make for a less, interesting run, I suppose. Since, it'll just be... I mean, maybe it'll make it more interesting, though, right? Because we'll have to actually build our own Tremor without using too many, funny ego gift shenanigans. Whoops, did not mean to win rate that. That's fine, though. Wait, why would... I guess that would make sense for win rate, because damage would do Shank. Yeah, I was kind of confused. Why would Throat Slip be better than Shank? And I guess it's just because of sanity, I guess? I don't know. Still feels like an odd choice from the game, but, I assume it's right to some degree, or maybe it's just not calculating something. Kinda hard to tell a lot of the time. And there we go, victory. Nice. We of course can still go to events. We can get ego from events and from floor ends and fights and stuff like that. We just can't buy any of them. I guess it doesn't say anything about selling ego gifts though, so if we want to, we could go into the shop and sell ego gifts. No, we can't do anything with the cost at that point, right? Because cost is nothing for us, but it's a funny bit, so I'm gonna roll with it. Might as well, right? That ego would do nothing for us anyway, so I was perfectly fine selling it, even if it amounted to being of no particular benefit whatsoever, right? So it goes. Yeah, batch notes for this week's update. Nothing this week's update. Fair enough. We don't need to get everything every week. I'm surprised they didn't just throw in a random ego banner or something if nothing else. Usually they kind of tend to care about kind of maintaining a little bit of momentum for the first couple of weeks. Although them having like a week where they just do nothing makes enough sense, right? Maybe they're gonna save the random ego banners for, later in the season, right? If there's ever a time where, a week without updates is usually fine, it's after getting a lot of content. And I'd probably rather, getting like a week off, early on into the season and then having a more, constant stream throughout. Than, like, getting everything at, like, the very beginning of a season and then having, like, such a large, like, dry season. I don't know, I'm sure it'll be fine. It means we'll probably get Walpurgis next week. Because, next week is the actual... When's the actual Walpurgis? Let me pull up my calendar. I'm being stupid. Because actual Walpurgis is next Tuesday, yeah. It's Tuesday of next week, not this week. So generally, the perfect time to do it would be next week, because it'll only be a couple days after the actual Walpurgis. 2 days after in Korea. 1 day after for us, though. So that sounds perfect. And maybe they can do Mirror Dungeon alongside that. Maybe they'll save Mirror Dungeon a little longer. We'll see. I don't know. If it is Walpurgis, like, last Walpurgis, they did the thing where we got, like, the little, like, Magic Bullet Otis teaser, like, the week before. So we'll probably know, like, tomorrow or Wednesday, right? And that's when they usually post those teasers. That'll be cool. We'll have to see what it is. Like, I still feel like it's gotta be, like, something, like... I don't know. I still feel like it's gotta be huge or something, like, huge, right? Huge while still being early game. Just think about Eugen, yeah, sure, if we're getting Eugen ID, she's still gonna be in the weakened state, which is why she's, still relatively early in, Ruina, right? Because she's super weakened from all the fights, so if we get a Walpurgis ID, it'll be of her in that state, right? So it makes sense. It wouldn't be like getting a grade 1 fixer. It'd be getting a grade 1 fixer who's, like, severely tired and severely weakened because of that. Which is also the logic they use in Ruina, right? I don't know, how do you follow up Magic Bullet with early game Ruina stuff? Like getting like a Shi Association 3-star, like a Eugen 3-star, and like maybe like full stop 2-star and some random ego. My hope is like Solemn Lament or something, right? It would be a nice ego to get for like Sinclair, I guess. I don't know. If Sinclair got like a Solemn Lament like Vav like ego, that would make perfect sense since he's one of the two who's kind of deserving of a random Vav at some point because. Him and Rodion. I feel like Rodion's probably gonna get Spiral of Content ego sometime later this season. For Vav. Following the pattern of Gregor getting the Sign of Rose's ego, right? Guess we'll have to see though. But yeah, Sinclair, Vav, Solomon would go very hard. Or at least I think so. Do we want charge? No, we can take Phantom Pain, then we'll roll with that. I should prioritize stuff that gives us cost for the bit. How much cost can you get in one run? You need really good luck to get everything that gives you cost super early on. But it would definitely be doable, right? The issue would be getting it without spending too much real cost to get it, right? It's all about, getting just the perfect amount of luck. Choosing random gifts until you start with 3 cost gaining ones, and then getting the other one, like, on the first floor. Like an event. Sounds very hard, but it would be doable, and then you just gotta maximize the amount of fights you take. That'll work. Here, cleanse the sin. Excellent. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for Bearden because I'm really looking forward to having something to grind again. That's the thing. I'm currently like at like 450 450 modules. I said boxes. No, I'm at like 100 boxes or 100 P boxes, and then I've got the 600, 700 yellow boxes. We're looking forward to something to grind again because I've been stockpiling my modules and trying to not grind Mirror Dungeon 3 very much, just so I'm going to be ready for Mirror Dungeon 4, right? I want to complete the Starlight Tree within the first month, if possible, assuming it's going to be the same, or a similar length to the Mirror Dungeon 3 Starlight Tree, which it might, maybe it won't, we'll see. I also don't really need to grind right now, because I'm doing fine on boxes. I'd like to be able to grind so I can just spend a bunch of boxes to up-tie all the remaining ego I need to up-tie. I'm at, like, what, 5 left, I think? Which isn't a lot. It's definitely very doable without too many resources, but still a lot because egos are expensive to thread spin. Right. But either way, would be funny. I honestly might have enough boxes that if I just spent them all on it, I could probably get everything to thread spin for. That's a bad idea, though. Would be funny. Sometime I'm considering it. After Mirror Dungeon 4, I'll definitely be able to with how much I'll grind. I'm still only like Battle Pass level, like, what, I'm like 210, 220-ish on the Battle Pass. And that's also because I just haven't been grinding it too hard yet. But once Mirror Dungeon 4 releases, that'll be a different story entirely. That makes me wonder what other mechanics they're going to do for it. Because obviously, you know, the whole floor choosing thing is going to be one of the main things. I'd be surprised if that's the only, like, new thing, though, right? I don't know what else they do, though. A lot of funny stuff. I'd like a negative Starlight Tree, right? Like, you can choose a bunch of negative modifiers. I hope that's what they do for Mirror Dungeon 4 hard, maybe. Because you know, like, the classic system of, like, choosing, like, a bunch of, like, negative debuffs at the start of a run. And then you just gain more, like, rewards because you're doing a run with a bunch of negative debuffs. That would be fun, I think. And, like, the Starlight Tree could tie into that, like, unlock worse things or make certain worse things slightly not worse. Right? I don't know. It might be weird to balance, but I could definitely see it being awesome. Sure, we'll take this, because, we need to take every ego we can get, even if it's one that does nothing for us. Like, yeah, we sure do have a lot of charge on our team. A lot of charge we can make use of to spend it for the offense level up, or... Is it offense level up? I think so. I don't know, I never used night vision goggles, especially on charge teams, because I'd really just rather have charge than the, 5 offense level. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice benefit, but I usually don't care too much. Okay, some of these guys... Simple enough. Should be able to do decently, I'd hope. Go for that Fierce Assault, because it actually does decently here. They're weak to Blunt. Acupuncture should be able to finish the job off. And that one, nice, cool. Mutilate, just some damage. Unfortunately, because these guys have the stupid passive that makes them not count as dying when they die, Mutilate isn't the best. But that's fine. It happens. And then Whale of Rodian finish the job. Nice. Always love when you manage to one-turn those guys. It's really not that big of a deal to have to spend multiple turns on it, but I don't like doing it. Feels like a waste of time. Yeah, Shank will probably be pretty good there. Sure. Do that. We're clashing the little guys just because we might... Honestly, we might be able to kill one of the little guys with one of our random attacks. I don't know if we will. I'm not going to particularly count on it. Hopefully this kills... No, that's fine. It means we'll have to throw one of the centers into a thing, because I don't think we're going to be one-turning your arms. Shank will probably finish the right arm off, but I think that'll be it. Left arm's still like above half, so it's probably not enough damage. Oh, Shank actually didn't do enough to get you to a quarter HP, darn. No fourth coin then. Rodian got the kill though. I wasn't expecting her to do it because I don't ever, you know, I don't like the Rodian. But you know, she did her best, so that was good of her. Gambling, I love gambling. Do some gambling. save that, actually. Might be a good idea. We'll try that. Cool. Should be able to do enough here. I'd hope, at least. Yeah, left arm goes down. A little overkill on left arm, but that's fine. Okay, we lose these. It was only a favorite, so it happens. That's what I get for, like, being kind to her and thinking she did a good job last turn, I suppose. She immediately, goes back and, fails me. This Vibrodium moment. I feel like Vibrodium is an idea I kind of want to, like, focus on at one point, right? I feel like... I really wonder how well she works if you actually just kind of properly focus on her. Will she be good? I really doubt it. But could you make her work? I really doubt it? Like, if I'm just being completely honest, like, I don't know, it doesn't really sound like the kind of thing that will end up working out. But it'd be cool if it did, right? You're going for a neutral, you're gonna lose. Oh no, you did win, cool. And we got Fanatical Judgment directly for your house. Should do good damage because you're pretty weak to it, nice. Shank, these guys resist lust, but... Does Shank just kill them? Yes, excellent. Never any doubt in my mind. First Assault also is going to be pretty decent damage, especially for what it is. And then, of course, you lose a clash again. You're building up your poise count, I suppose, since you love losing clashes. That's something, I guess. Anything that's like a strong blunt attack we'll go for on this guy, and otherwise we'll do some clashing. Favor, dominating, cool. That'll work. Yeah, just kills, cool. Tremor burst, because that really helps us out a lot. Very useful for us, and the boss, how much tremor the boss has. Okay, only one clay doll is still alive, that's cool. You'll mass attack next turn, so that'll be fine. Oh, we did manage to break the face, so that's cool. Yeah, and then we just finish it off. Simple enough, this fight always takes a little bit. One of the longer fights, especially for the floor 2 bosses. I mean, it's usually not too hard though, right? Most bosses in Mirror Dungeon aren't very hard. You're gonna have some trouble with some of the third floor bosses, I suppose. I feel like, especially to newer players, I think the Trash King Crab is kind of like really rough sometimes. From, what I've seen from my friends. Oh, that doesn't help me. I almost went for that instinctively. Wound Declared, we can't even get to we can't even upgrade it. So we'll just have to take base Wound Declared, which isn't as good as plus, but I guess we gotta live with what we gotta live with, right? Sometimes it's like that. We've got a fairly decent path on this floor, though. We'll be able to get 3 events without needing to bother with any rest stops or shops or anything like that. Okay, can you clash? You can, nice. You can lose a clash, cool. You gain poise count when you lose clash, so I guess we'll roll with it. Kinda just have to. Oh, can you... Okay. That's unfortunate. Oh, you can actually hit this guy. You can hit... And you can hit this guy, you can hit this guy. And then we just gotta redirect you two, okay. Which will work. Hopeless, okay, yeah. What I expected. I'm SpongeBob. We should be able to win this though, right? Yeah. And you stagger because you are very much weak to pride. You resist wrath, but you're weak to blunt, so it's still solid enough of an attack. I'm reflecting bleed with the wound declared. No bleed count though, because it's only base level wound declared. I guess that's another thing I hope from Mirror Dungeon 4. I hope they really add upgraded versions to a lot of EU gifts that really should have upgraded versions. Anything that gives, like, cost or ego resources probably shouldn't get upgrades. Everything else kind of should have upgrades, though, right? Barring, like, fusion gifts. Most things, it kind of doesn't make sense for them just have some random upgrade. Doesn't need to be very good, I'd just like to have the option, right? A lot of the times I'll get runs where I manage to upgrade literally everything I have at the end. Which is often partially because I sell a lot of my ego gifts, but still. I don't know, would be fun. Maybe I should like do like a Mirror Dungeon 4 bingo. Maybe I should make like a bingo board of like things I'm hoping for from Mirror Dungeon 4. Would be stupid, it could be funny. I don't really think I've got enough ideas for things, though. Not really my expertise making bingo boards. I know it's something a lot of people like to do, I guess. I don't know if it's fair to say that, but I feel like I see it as a concept fairly frequently. Oh, fierce assault. Excellent. Yes, we will go for that. That will work wonderfully. Without a doubt. It may be favorable when. I've got faith. That kills, yep. Violence really is the best solution. Oh, you died to bleed, actually. Huh. I didn't even realize. It makes sense. We've got some bleed stuff on our team after all, so it makes sense that we can get bleed going even if Wound Cleared is only at plus. Or it's only at no plus. It's at minus now. Minus would be below worse. It's not at minus. Would be a funny mechanic though. Making your ego gifts worse. Maybe that could be like a negative, or like a debuff or something, right? Would be funny, I think. Okay, you're still alive. Cool. You die to... Okay, you guys both die, though. That's good, yeah. You die to bleed, you die to the one-sided. Cool. Victory. Took a fairly long fight. We've got some kind of homeless units, so I mean, it checks out why it took a little bit for that fight. Oh, no, wait, we're only taking 2 events? Why did I think we had 3 events in this path? I can't count, huh? Like, I thought one of these was an event when it was actually just a fight and they just looked at it at a weird angle. Darn. That's alright. We're also, what, 2 days away from the release of the Switch port of Ruina, right? Or Switch and PlayStation, I guess, but called the Switch port because I do not own a PlayStation. That's cool. Oh god. I just got really dizzy all of a sudden. I'm sitting down, I don't know why. What's that? I need to like drink more milk or whatever. I need more calcium or something, probably. Wouldn't be surprised. Was I saying though? Yeah. They're also like, I guess like the whole code system is in the game. My physical version isn't really arriving until. I guess I should check, shouldn't I? What does it say about my physical version of Ruina? Because I think it's still like 2 weeks away. Amazon.jp. Because they were off of Japanese Amazon. Cool, we get an event here though. Ooh, this actually doubles our bleed infliction, and because we don't have great bleed infliction, that's pretty nice. Most of our bleed infliction is just kind of what we have on our IDs as like a baseline, because we do technically have 4 bleed units. It's all 4 of you are bleed to a degree. Because this counts as unique bleed, right? Yeah, that's unique bleed. You need to kind of crit to land it though. Something though. Unique bleed, you inflict some nails with your skill 3, that's the main thing there. You've got some nails and that's cool. You're the only one who actually inflicts just straight up bleed, and that's only with your skill 1. It happens. Good luck, mate. Thank you. Can we gamble that? Darn. Would have been nice. We can shank that guy, though. That'll also be nice. Sure. Enactment. Careful destruction. Yeah, this will do some good damage to a lot of these guys. Let's see. Back to me going to the Japanese Amazon. No account found with the email address. What email address did I use? Oh, here we go. And then I'm gonna do the random captcha. Okay. Yeah, most of these guys are staggered, so we're just gonna need to do a little bit of cleanup. Should be able to do at least decently here. I don't think we're actually gonna kill very many of them, if any of them. Yeah, no, okay, cool, that's fine. Arriving, here we go. Arriving sometime between May 1st and May 13th. So that's a fairly wide range of, arrival dates. So either I'll have it, like, within a week's time, or it'll take me, like, 3 weeks. That's fine. I'll get the Ruina banner sooner or later. It'll be nice to have the physical Ruina. It'll be very cool. For a second, I was like, wait, how did we inflict 21 bleed count? No, that's the rupture, or the rupture, additional thing. That is a 2 count. It looked so convincing from far away, though. Okay. Back to killing these guys, though. Enough checking Japanese Amazon. We need to kill these guys as much as we can. Yeah, Red Stain Gossiping would be really nice to get. We'd need to get really lucky to get it, don't get me wrong, but, if we could actually focus on bleed, which would require bleed count, and Red Stain Gossiping is, like, the only bleed count without needing to upgrade Neo Gift. Wound Clear plus would be so good for us, but cannot upgrade it. Sadly enough. Oh, that guy's still alive, cool. You bleed to death, you bleed to death. Cool. Cool. And so then we'll just focus on doing a bunch of damage to these two. And that should just send it. Bleed. Here's Assault, one-sidedly should kill. Hits a bunch of times after all. Okay, you lose your Clash, cool. That's fine, because we're one-siding this guy and it should finish the job. Yeah, Acupuncture, nice. And you died of the Clash. There we go. Victory. More Neo Gift for us. Okay, there's Milepost. There's, a free 100 cost, which will help us out a lot this run, won't it? Fine. Okay. Maybe I should just avoid Pekatula most of the time, because we do, like, such little damage to them. We're actually probably doing fine. I think I'm just being slow about it. Also do remember that we do have egos. Could always pull out, like, the effervescent corrosion to get Tremor going a little bit easier. It might work. Because we've got the Melty Eyeball. Like, if we can get some Tremors off, it could be so good for us. Might be a little hard to get off, though, right? It's always the issue. Okay, nice. And let's end it. Mutilate will not kill, unfortunately. Against like anyone else, then it might have killed. Actually, most of them are kind of a little bit too HP for Mutilate to kill, I think. Even against last week enemies, Mutilate only does so much damage. It's only a single coin after all. You know, which is why it'd be so funny if there was a Mutilate that was 2 coins, and why it's very funny that there sure is a Mutilate with 2 coins now. Although it's kind of got like the opposite issue sometimes. Sometimes it kills too efficiently, right? Because for Butler Ryoshi, you need to kill with the second coin to actually get a Mutilate off. And you also need someone else with Butler's Mark, which sometimes happens, sometimes doesn't, right? Kind of very like first turn you can't get like the Mutilate type effect off for Ryoshu. You really shouldn't though. If you're killing someone first turn in like a normal encounter, you're probably doing a little bit of too much damage, right? So I'm thinking of about it at least. Who will step forth? Sure, let's Mutilate the sand. Risk guards, so we benefit to the amount, the great amount of charge we have on our entire team. The great amount of charge. Cool. So no one cry time. Yeah, we should do decently. Looks good. Once I do a little bit of reclash that, I'll check out. Immediate gamble means that we'll just get some self-tremor, I guess. Doesn't do too much. Gamble's still such a bad skill 3 because it's such a cool idea and it just doesn't do anything most of the time. Still very salty about the fact that, you know, Moa Sinclair could have been cool, but his main gimmick has like nothing to it. Which isn't very cool. Here, we staggered you in 1 turn, that's nice. Sure, that'll work. Hit the red arm a bunch. Might as well. Maybe we should focus on getting like more talismans and a couple people or something, I don't know. Might have been a smart move. Try and focus it up a little bit. It might have happened naturally though, right? Okay. Red arm is... that's actually perfect. Next turn we should be able to stagger it so that you won't just... okay. So that this guy's arm will be reduced in the turn that he's actually going to be, so that no one will crying. Okay. You know what, be like that, I guess. You just barely didn't get staggered, that's cool. Who's got the most talismans? You guys all have 2 talismans. Yeah. That makes sense, doesn't it? Who can win a clash? You two? Sure. And then everyone else goes for the arm. Staggers the arm. Should be nice. We're gonna shank the arm. We'll definitely get the 4-coin shank off, so that's nice. Okay, there we go. Get some talismans inflicted, though. The fact that we broke the arm first turn was kind of bad for us, wasn't it? Shh. Because it meant that we didn't really build up enough talismans. To get a decent amount on this guy. Okay, Rodin actually won the clash. That's nice. Fairly lucky. But he's not defending. Oh, speed, I think, yeah. Go get the talismans and return them. Mutilate. Yeah, cool. We've got another shank though, so we can kind of just kill you, I think. And it should go fairly well for us, right? Love shank. You may resist lust, I think, but will not help you in the long run. You still have a fair bit of HP though, so maybe you won't die. You'll die next turn to the bleed if nothing else, but you might get some random one-sides off. Okay, Rodion can probably get the kill, but we're gonna take the one-side attacks before we get that to happen. Luckily, you're not so the nodal crying because it's your arm that does that. Yeah, Rodion gets a kill. Cool. Never underestimate her. I guess. No, keep on underestimating her. She's not doing good enough a job to warrant you know that. We'll take the contract. Might as well. We're not really mass attacking anyways, so the slot weight is fine. We'll do something like that, probably. That'll work. Pierce and Gloom, so it's, you know, one of the 3 Pierce Gloom options, KQE, Centipede, Fox. All of which, should be fine, right? Alright, hard fights. I do really hope they have Ricardo in Mirror Dungeon 4. I'd like it if, like, here's the thing, make him, like, an option. Make it really obvious that he's an awful choice to pick and that you're likely to get stomped super hard in average run. If you're gonna give us choices, give us some stuff that's stupidly hard, right? Things that you'd be like, why would I get this? And make it, like, just, like, an unnerfed, like, it's just genuinely, like, the Ricardo fight. Maybe only 1 wave instead of 3. But otherwise, like, it's just Ricardo. You know what you're getting into, because here's the thing. I feel like in Mirror Dungeon 3 Hard, that kind of thing happens a lot to me, where I'm given the option between just being on the final floor, either just taking the safe option or going for the Pierce Risky encounter. And everyone knows how bad the Pierce Risky encounters are on floor 5 of Mirror Dungeon 3 Hard. So we know it's a bad idea, but I always go for it because it's really funny. I wanna test my luck, right? Give us something like this. Give us like a low chance like Ricardo fight on occasion. There's some other stuff, I don't know. We'll see how they do it. I wouldn't be surprised if they're making some major changes to how it works. Maybe they wanted to release it like this week or something, but they decided to hold it back so they could spend a little bit more time. Or what do they say? Keep it in the oven a little longer, you know. Keep on cooking. Because maybe it still needs a little something, and BM's working on that. Usually they're fairly good about knowing when they need to work a little bit harder on something. Because they did that with like Mirror Dungeon 2, right? Mirror Dungeon 2 Hard. Just kind of needed more time to prepare it to be how they actually wanted it to be. But it's always good, right? If something is clearly not ready enough, we're on more, right? Don't just release it. And of course, saying that about PM is kind of ironic given how often they need to fix things afterwards. Usually the issues they have isn't like... Usually PM doesn't have issues like with just innate like choices they make as much as... Usually the issue is just sometimes the number's too high. Usually it's bugs, if anything, right? But usually the actual main mechanics are pretty good. Most of the times they tune things down a little bit. It's really unnecessary. I don't know. A lot of people have trouble with some of the Canto 6 stuff, I guess. So maybe it was necessary. Once again, it really does feel like they need to have like an easy mode and a hard mode stuff for the main story. Because I'm absolutely enjoying it. I really like how they currently like balance the main story stuff. It feels like kind of like perfect, like not very too hard, but still enjoyable to me. But I've also got, you know, the best stuff in the game, so I don't know if I can be talking. That's just kind of a flaw with gacha games as a whole, right? Because, like, you could be going into new content as, like, someone who just started who's got barely nothing. Or you could be someone who's been playing, like, the entire time they got everything. It's weird. Gacha games are just so interesting in terms of, like, design and balance a lot to me, because, like, it's such a hard system to, like, manage. Especially because, like, it's just super odd, right? I don't know, I don't play a lot of gacha games. It's basically just Limbus. And, like, when I was younger, I'd play, like, when it first released, I played Fire Emblem Heroes, like, for, like, a month, and then I stopped playing it entirely. Never spent a dime on the game, but I had, like, good stuff, I think. For the time, I don't really want to touch that game ever again, though. I like Fire Emblem, but, Heroes is just kind of too much. And I mean, in the bad way. Too much complexity in, like, the skills and stuff. Like, you know, paragraphs from paragraph stuff. I guess they are doing that with, like, some Limbus IDs. Like, you know, especially, like, Blade Lineage Merceau, he's got so much text. It's insane. I like that, though. I don't know. But either way, just the balancing is just super interesting. And then the fact that they always got to keep on making new things seem more and more appealing to people. Either who, just to make them keep on spending money to be able to get them and stuff like that. I know, it's just super odd. Here's Poise, that's cool. Gain Poise and... unfortunately we got one more fight, so the haste will, it'd be nice to get the haste for the actual final boss. I'll take it for the elite, though. The risky encounter. Yeah, I don't know. I was talking about the gacha games, they're weird there, yeah. They're weird in the kind of way that I don't like them too much, but they're just interesting to think about, right? It's like, of course I wish Limbus wasn't a gacha. I do not like it being a gacha, but I very much understand how it's a very unique business model that allows you to have a really long game. Because Project Moon loves making their games long, but having like a several hundred-hour game for like a single price tag can be hard to like warrant, right? Like a game with so much content, it just costs like $30 up front, like... Because the solution is not to raise the game's price. Like, having like a $70 indie game is never going to work well. Just because no one will, even people who really like it are going to be like, that's too much, even though it's what you'd expect from like a AAA game. But AAA games, the price makes sense because they're guaranteed to have like a level of polish and like stuff, right? I don't know. Not necessarily guaranteed, but you'd expect it. So, you know, gacha stuff? It does make sense. It's either that or like paying for each like chapter, or each like section of chapters. Which also not a very fun business model a lot of the times for people, right? Because at that point it feels like you're just paying for like the same game several times. It's interesting. I'm just kind of rambling about this stuff at this point. I don't really know why it started, but I definitely am. Well, anyways, that is the last fight done. So now, we get to move on to the final boss. We get, you know, this shop and rest stop, not that we can do anything there. We get critical invitation, so we've got everything that benefits us for having charge count, but we don't have any charge count. That's cool. We got like 2,000 cost, cool. Could have sold everything there if I wanted to for the bit. But that's fine. It's either one of the three I mentioned earlier, you know, like the Gloom Pierce trio. It's you. Okay. Don't actually have any 7-target mass attacks on this team, so that's unfortunate. It's really not necessary, but I just like doing it. We can fluid sack them though fairly easily once we do a little bit of clashing. Neutral, good enough. Neutral, good enough. Dominating, cool. Now we can just fluid sack the... No, right, I forgot about that, yeah. Increased attack weight's actually going to be annoying for us, isn't it? We can only hit 3 of them, okay. That's fine, then I don't need to worry too much about my plans here. Do that, fluid sack with you too, I guess, in case we need another mass attack. That one's only a 3 target, but it's still mass attack. This should kill all 3 of these umbrellas, though. So Dawn will probably hit the one remaining umbrella. And it actually didn't kill them. Do they resist Gloom? They might. I think so, yeah. Well, this will kill the one umbrella that Faust hit. Well, actually killed both of them. That was cool. It's just like a higher damaging ego, I suppose, because that rolled like a 30-something, right? Makes enough sense then. And we get our shank off. It's not going to be a 4 coin, of course, but it wins the clash, and it's kind of what matters at this point, right? Yeah, unfortunately, you got hit by the contract, so a little bit lame. Okay, it happens though, right? Let's see, we might be able to actually get Fluid Sac to kill these guys while hitting you if we manage this right. We just gotta... God, you cannot win a clash. We'll just ego a little bit, I think. Have the corrosion. Hits those two, sure. Or we could do it that there. Neutral. And something like that. And that'll work, I guess? Actually, we should have... that was the wrong play. FS corrosion might just hit that umbrella randomly. Should have had Faust actually target the Fox primarily. She also would have won a clash against the Fox pretty easily. Would have been nice. That's fine. Does FS and corrosion randomly hit one of those umbrellas? Okay, it looks like it hit the one Faust isn't mainly targeting, though. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Fluid Sac still goes off. That's good. So all the umbrellas are down. We do some damage. We'll probably Fluid Sac again next turn. Because everyone's going to lose a bunch of sanity just because of the Fox's defensive skill. So it'll be nice to build that up. And yeah, we lose a bunch of clashes here. It's to be expected. Wasn't really trying to win a lot of them. You actually won that. That's cool. I'll take it. Okay, and you are first. You can actually get that Fluid Sac of the SP healing because we're all going to lose a bunch of SP starting off. That's probably the part to attack since it's actually relatively close to being broken. Okay, we're just going to spam egos here, I think. Sounds like a winning plan. I do not see how this could go poorly whatsoever, after all. We love spamming egos. We love spamming blunt egos. Because, you know, every single ego is a blunt ego for some reason. Shh! Just how it goes, right? Well, it's an SP healing for everyone, make you nice and high, so you probably roll aheads, hopefully. We'll have to see, I guess, but... It's still, we're still spamming a bunch of egos, and we're losing a lot of sanity on everyone anyways. And we actually get the tails in the 9 too, so that's good. So when we wanted the tails on, that's why I corroded it. Or I overclocked it, for the correct terminology. And we're also really not doing a lot of damage here, that's fine. Fluid Sac. And we visit the World Wonders, and that's all our mass attacks for this turn. That's cool. Yeah. A little bit funny. We'll just roll with that, I guess. We could keep on attacking the body staggered if we want to. Either the body gets staggered here or we'll stagger it next turn, right? Either way, that's fine by me. Fair bit of bleed as well, so that's nice. Can you stagger the body? It does, cool. Cleanse the sin, flick some bleed. And then rifle purge, cool. We actually get the check. I can't remember the last time I've actually to do the check for this fight. It usually doesn't live this long, but we've got such a ragtag band of people. Sure. Roll that, yeah. You should hopefully die this turn. We can do 300 damage, surely. I kind of have my doubts, but it's possible, I guess. Oh yeah, Shank also. That's kind of important to remember. 4-coin Shank does just kill. There we go. Bit of an odd fox fight, but it happens when you've got a team like this. There we go, that's our win. Yeah, I reached level 92 yesterday, so that's pretty cool. Slowly but surely making good progress. Does it show us how much Starlight we had left? Or not Starlight, how much cost we had left? It doesn't. Because it's not really something that affects how much Starlight you gain, so logically doesn't show you. That's past level 214. Cool. Getting some nice amounts of boxes. Angelic Extraction time. What do we get? 2-star, cool. This is a general one, right? Leo Ryoshu, cool. We do want Ryoshu shards because she is one of the people I still have an ego I need to thread spin for. And I don't think I've got enough Ryoshu shards for that yet, so it's nice. And finally, main banner. Nothing, cool. More Ryoshu shards, that's nice. Do I need Ryoshu shards? I do, yeah. Decent bit of thread, not quite enough yet. But especially if I don't need to save up thread for anything this week, I can probably get away with uptying something random. What's something I can actually uptie here? This is a test. Do I have enough for this? Not quite. Oh, I don't have enough of your shards either. That's fine. Well, in time. No real need to rush it. But anyways, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.